just about to start our session, guys. So, I'm Ashish, and let me introduce Ashish to all of the students. I has been in the financial markets industry for the last 8 years, and with companies like India Infoline, Sharekhan, JM Morgan Stanley, and has also authored the course of technical analysis for Flip. So, one of the most suitable candidates to have a talk on technical analysis. Hand over the ball to Ashish. Before, just like to have some about this whole technical analysis webinar. I have a talk with Ashish where I will mute every participant. Then for any questionnaire. So if you have any questionnaire and you want to ask, just note it down and you can ask when this round is open. You mute yourself, but we will be muting you for the complete round. So in case you want something of time, just on chat and able to do it. Okay.
Right question.
Okay.
Okay. Now visible to everybody. Is it Costa?
Yes, Ashish.
Before starting this particular webinar, to brief how this webinar would go, the process I would be using, and I'll be giving you some homework. All these students who have gathered in this webinar. So maybe whenever in the next time or whenever you go the analysis practice software next time, you upload indicators which you'll be studying in this particular session. This practical using Metastock also in this session, so you'll be experience of how to use those indicators in technical analysis. And questions, we'll be taking the questions. I request everybody to just note down your questions and the Q&A end of this session when the Q&A session starts. So now we just understand analysis. We before the webinar on technical analysis, let us understand why exactly do we need you are very frequently current are seeing that some sectors are rising, some sectors are falling. For example, if you track markets very closely, index is almost at the top at the lifetime highs, but the banking index are 50% minus Y2D or below their all-time highs currently. So ICICI Bank, Nifty, Axis Bank, or whatever bank, they're 50 high, and on the other side, or maybe some automobile stocks, they are rising too much. This is the segregation or the sector churning is happening in this market. You need this to understand. Understand why exactly you need analysis. Nifty weightage is on bank Nifty, which means just simplify all those who understand what Nifty weightage and what bank Nifty is. Nifty in there are 50 shares in Nifty. Rise or fall, a corresponding weightage is being given to that particular rise. So let's say Reliance is being given a weightage of 10. So if rupee Nifty would rise 10 rupees either up or down, 10 points either upside or down. One for the Nifty weightage. Stocks. Nifty 500, 600 points more than what it is now. So it's a which I have done in recent past to analysis. Markets are almost where they are at around 2008 levels. So if you buy what to sell, what not to sell. So we formation analysis could be of ways. Somebody sitting here would sitting in a webinar of technical analysis, but they would argue that no, technical analysis is nothing. Everything is fundamental analysis. You see the balance sheet, you see the P ratio of a company, and then stock. Some would say, okay, technical analysis encompasses everything good in the company going on. The technical analysis would show, and vice versa. But trend of the stock. You buy DLF at 1200 rupees, you will not rupees in the next 5. So you have stuck in the stock. You have 60 rupees 3 years back. What was you know it? So it's bad. The buy or sell this stock decides whether you're in a profit or you are in a loss. You can see a trend formation. Point stock moves peak. As you can see, peak 1, peak 2, peak 3, and trough is that peak. So trough 2 and trough 3 would be found here. So whether the stock is rising, whether the stock is falling, you can assess this using peak or trough. Simple definition of a trend is that is higher than the last high. This particular high. This or the it is high, higher, low formation. Falling stop or a lower low formation. So this low is lower than this particular low. This is trend. What I can do is I can give you a homework maybe the next time when you sit down to your practice table. What is that 5 stocks which are in a rising trend, 10 stocks are in a falling trend. So if someone wants to write it down, or maybe we can mail it to you, the flip guys can mail it to you, the activities which you can do, that find out rising and stocks falling trend, and track those 20 stocks going forward. The markets are moving nowhere. It can go on. It's going to be first, so on. So this is when you see a higher high, lower low, and that formation. When you cannot ascertain exactly what's going, so in technical, offset to volatile market. How the trend is formed. So will trends. So there are stocks which are rising, which are in a rising trend. So how you put those rising stocks is you use trend lines, you use RSIs, MACD, etc. when you trades. This is this chart shows you what the support is. In a very is where more troughs are. So as you can see, this is the DLF chart for somewhere at 255 rupees. This was on the support and moved higher. These two troughs are being joined. So this could be a horizontal pattern, either be in a, it could be either in a falling, it could be in a rising pattern. So it could be pattern, you can see. This is a point where two or more peaks, a particular stock, unit stock, on this stock at 50. This is point where the stock stops to rise. Stock is feeling resistance. Now, why this resistance is being kept? Upwards. This for that ball would be roof of the roof. The stocks deep selling pressure in this stock. It is known as a resistance. You can take, which you guys can take as work, is that you should find top supports and resistance in the Nifty 50 stocks. So these set of stocks which I have given, one was the rising falling trend and another is the support resistance homework. Hunt every nail entity, how to find a support or resistance. Okay. So this is what. Now chart that can be by, there are two kinds of trend line. One, another is the support trend line. As now you can see in this chart, this is a Axis Bank chart. Resistance point of this particular stock. I've joined this point. Stock. Now, above, out here, share. As you can see, the stock has been rising from this particular point. So this is basic, effective way of assigning, analyzing to how to identify a buy or a selling signal on a stock. Support trend line. As the support trend line is formed joining the supports or the troughs of a particular stock. So a particular stock, and I signal out here. As you can see, you can see how now the mind that trends be used in short term, can it be used in long term, can it be used in a medium Can it be used in intraday? Can it be used in a daily chart or a weekly chart? Statistic that it could be used in any kind of chart. Line in intraday from 0 to 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 or 20, whatever the tick feel is comfortable you are with. So any or every means. Let me show it line. As you open a Metastock professional view this particular software. Very simple and a very effective software which almost every technical analyst use in his analysis. So now how do you use? First indicator known as trend line indicator. When I click this indicator, I get pen to draw a trend line. Now what I have done here is I've create a particular trend line where this particular share is giving a see this particular software. What happens? I have joined the particular share which is Nifty. This the trend line, and here the share is fallen below the trend line. Find this particular level is 5961 and it forms 5485. So almost 200 point momentum you have gained from this particular analysis. Medium term trend line. Let me do a very short term trend line. So then is another take another trend line pen and another trend one. Let me maximize this particular trend line for you. Okay. So this dotted trend line is the shorter term trend line. What I not more than 15 trading sessions. So these are 15 trading sessions, and I have created and I have generated a sell signal out here. This is a trend line, and this was a long-term trend line. I hope that how a medium-term trend line can be used for technical analysis. So this is it for a chart. If you want to make it chart, now this is a weekly chart. Particular trend line, maybe let's say getting a sell signal here. Again, creating a buy signal here. You can use trend line in Metastock. PPT. indicator. Now what I am doing is I'm shifting from limit indicators. Now what is indicator basically? When started long, not started in India, it was mainly US traders. Mathematicians, they observe the move stock, and then to use this particular, why not to use our mathematics into the stock market trading? Create and they data backtesting and some indicators like move rate, stochastic, band, etc. Mathematical calculations which help the trader predict future on your stock would be. So this move be the average of the prices of that particular stock for the period. Say if I say for average. So mean time of last 14 days, I am keeping up, adding up the last day in that moving average. So from 1st to 14th, the moving X. When the day closes, the moving average would be calculated from 2nd to the 15th of the month. So this is because the average keeps on moving to the last trading session. Now, end up moving averages, we'll see this C moving average can be used. So I use this particular moving. As you can see, stock chart which is moving, the moving average of this particular chart. So this is the Nifty chart. This is generating a buy or sell signal is fall below sell signal. Whenever the stock rises above the moving, it's a buy signal. As you can see here, it's a buy. It's a basic indicator which can be used. Okay, so now I have used two different. Now what happens? Clearly understand what duration of moving average you should use. It could be a 14, 21 day, it could be a 35, 50 or 150 day moving average. Chart. We take a chart of L&T, the security L&T. There are many ways, but the most simple way which I use to insert a moving average is just to drag and drop the moving average. Now, if everybody is able to view, he is asking the time period of the moving average. Twin time the end of the. Now, what moving I'm every 21 days. So as you can see, first twist, there is no moving average line. The MA line would start only on the 22nd day. This line is the moving average. How to interpret this particular moving average? As very is moving above its moving average. So the let me show sell signal. So it's a clear sell signal. What is happening? So the moving average, and it is creating sell signal. Moving. Now what's moving averages? So let me use a 50 moving average also out here. Let me change color. I have two moving averages. Now let us understand how to enter those moving averages. Out this broke its average, and then it again above 50-day moving average. So it was a double confirmation for me. So initially broke about, okay, now there buy signal, I could buy. Whether should I buy? Is it a right signal or is it a false signal? What should I do? Average, which was a 50 DMA. At this time, the stock broke above the 50 DMA. So that was a double moving average confirmation. So then I straight ahead and press the button. So this the short-term average, another is a or a long-term moving average. So this is being interpreted. For veteran technical analyst, or how many of you are seeing these charts for the first time, you would feel that, okay, this is something which I'm hearing for the first time. How can I use this? How can I implement this? But you automatically would be in using these instruments. On the facing, even time moves on, as you keep on practicing, you will be comfortable in using these instruments. Okay. As supports and resistance, as you can see, a moving average as a support and a resistance, and also as a trailing stop loss. What is stock fairly moving average? So it's sell signal. So somewhere at 800, 850 rupees, 850 rupees, I have sold that particular stock. This particular moving is my resistance. What I have done is, unless the stock again moves above the moving, so I have 850 rupees and I have recovered. I have my position somewhere at 500 rupees. Stock broke above the moving. I have used that moving average as my trailing stop loss. So stop, you exit or position, or where you square off your trading position. So I have bought this particular share at 450 rupees. I have maintained this particular share till 1350. So I have taken 700, 800 points rally from here, 800, 900 points rally from here. So this is master the art of using moving average with practice. So I mean, okay, you need to be a master on these things. And these things, because we have practiced for a very long time, of that practice, that now we can identify what is the stop loss, what is the target of that particular stock. So to practice on those stocks, let us move divergence. This is an indicator which can average and consistent divergence. Lines when we use a MACD, let me show you an MACD. Okay. Now this is moving much into the formula, because that is, I don't feel that is for use. It calculates it automatically. I have seen what the formula of this particular indicator is. The line. There are the black line is baseline, and this is the, as you can see, which demarcates above zero and below line. This CD indicator, moving average, convergence, divergence indicator, when zero, the trend of this stock is bullish, sell signal. When the average line, it creates signal. Base line moves below its moving and creates a sell signal. Here created sell signal, and again the stock has created a buy signal on the daily chart. Way of understanding what a moving average, convergence, divergence is. I'm sure meta stock. This is no theoretical stuff. Those indicators being applied practically real time on example, no hypothetical stock. This is L&T, Larsen and Toubro stock, and this is an indicator. So you create signal, you created a sell signal on M. This was
the Ashish activity issue. Please be online. Ashish will. Okay. For your patients, I suppose Ashish is back.
This is in the cell range, right above the median line.
Yeah, Ashish, to interrupt, I suppose there was some internet connection issue. So after the time we were unable to hear you. When you started the band, then on we were unable to hear you. Yeah, Ashish, after you started the band, so there was some internet connectivity, I suppose, and unable to hear you from that point of time.
Oh, that's it. Is the audio clear now?
Yes, it is loud and clear.
Okay, okay. So it is clear now.
Make it once again. Okay.
Yep. Now clear, sir?
Loud and clear. Screen also visible.
Screen, right?
Exactly. Suppose three LNT 1 year.
Yep. Okay. So explain the Bollinger Band again for those who have missed the Bollinger Band. It's an envelope around this top. This is the median line. Now when it takes below the median line, there is a signal, as you can see here. Line. This L signal, and when stock again breaks above median, the signal generated on this stock, and touch the upper band. So this use, although I very rarely use this particular indicator, mainly for all those who sell a particular option. Now how that is, let me show a snippet of how that is being done. The share touches upper band and breaks below the upper band, he'll sell the call. So let's say the price point out here is one closing at 1005. But I share touches the upper band and from this Bollinger Band, and it has broken this particular median line. 1000 call. I'll call that until broken above this particular line. I'll sell a particular put of 700 put. Sell 700 put, and I'll in that sell call until the again broken. So band is mainly used for options strategy, advanced option strategies of the FIIs or the HNI traders who trade rupees, who have used margin money. They use bands aggressively to sell particular option. Bollinger Band. Index. Let me come back to the Mata stock indicator. Okay. RSI, relative strength index, below the stock window. Shows the spread of a particular stock. So it is percent converted indicator. It moves from 0 to 100, cannot move above 100. See out here. This is the 7 particular indicator. Below, if the RSI is below the 30 line, this particular or say the stock is bearish, which is RSI breaks above the 30, it buy signal or maybe a buy confirmation signal. Let's out here. Let kind of trend line maybe here. Now what trend now buy signal out here. Is being generated somewhere out here. Putting it right. Okay. So as when it broke above 30, it created a buy signal, and SI would move below 70 or the trend line breaks, it creates a sell signal. Let us sell signal is being generated. As SI broke below the trend line, it created a sell signal, and again the holistically from 1051 levels to somewhere until unless the RSI was up. So the way of using RSI, some combine RSI and moving average, and then they take out, show you an example of that. So this is when one RSI said that okay, now you should go ahead and sell, but I'm a trader. I am a very conservative trader. What I did was I used indicator as a double confirmation that should I sell, should not sell. So moving average. Here moving average is also saying okay, it is a sell signal. So what combined an RSI and a moving average both to create a sell signal. On that you can use two indicators. Now what I am doing is I am clubbing two indicators and to create a sell signal. So these are how to use. A short on using how you can use those indicators, how you use what is a trend line, what is MACD, what is a Bollinger Band, RSI, and all those things. Try to explain how you can practically use those indicators for the Q&A. So if somebody has a question, ask for the Q&A. If anybody has a question, they can ask. There's a problem with this unmute. I suppose some people are keeping their system open and side. What I
just open the session as a chat when I'm opening it. And if he wants to ask the question, they chat window and to the speaker. See that you want to ask one question, so I'll unmute you so that you can get me.
Good evening, sir. Hello, hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, he wants to ask a question for me.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I wanted to ask what sort of, how do you get these softwares and what are the charges associated with them? This Metastock you're using.
There are many vendors out there who give these stock normally rupees for this Metastock. So pass on.
The voice is not clearly getting through. Can you answer once more question?
Is it?
Yeah.
About these softwares, this is a Metastock professional offline software. Out there in India who provide those softwares, they normally charge 5,000 rupees for 1 year. So I pass on the link, or maybe you can share. I'll pass on the link or contact details to the vendor from whom I purchased these softwares.
Okay, thank you, sir. I just have another question also. I've been a casual trader for over a year now, and the main problem I face is that for stop loss and targets, I need to put my orders daily if I want to have those targets. So is there a solution for that? If your order doesn't get executed during the day, it expires. So every day you have to put in a target price, or if you want to have a stop loss order.
Which software you use for trading?
Security.
After our orders on every platform normally open after 5 p.m. National Stock Exchange is allowed to open that software that feature. Closed at $100 and your charge, if it is one which is a resistance, you should buy 1,000 shares or 100 shares. You should aftermarket order. You should inquire from the HDFC Security, or there must be a demo on their website. How do you aftermarket orders? So I can put it there. So at 8:55, whenever it opens, that order would automatically be driven into the system.
Is that if that price doesn't get it tomorrow, then you have to put that order and then see.
That feature is basically done to protect the trader. What happens is, Naman, let's say you are for that guy who is not as put in a buy at 110, and if there is very negative news on the share, so automatically if the software buys, he'll be in a loss. So yes, they done is they flush out every order at 3:30. So at 3:50 there is a post close. I guess you must be knowing. 3:30 to 3:40 a file gets run and every order is flushed out, because then if there is a overnight news which is bad for the trader, he'll end up getting a wrong share at the wrong price.
So you must be handling a lot of portfolios. So you also put in orders daily.
We do it on a daily basis. In fact, we do not prefer to put aftermarket orders, because those which you cannot trust on. We normally suggest traders to put order only 9:30 AM, 15-20 trading get into the trading, see how the markets are responding. So sales or gap down opening can never give you profit for a long term. 7 trades would be loss and 3 would be in profit. After 30, you have time. If you know good technical analysis, there are almost shares which could be found out in that 90 to 330 session. So within 30 to put in your order always.
One question, sir.
Yes.
You explained a lot of techniques, a lot of ways you can use to predict the and the sell point. So, to know what techniques should be used in a particular type of trading. Say, which technique should technique should be used for 45 days, or I mean, if my holding period is 45 days and yeah.
You are trading intraday, use stock, talking about not stocks, not commodity. If you're in stock, use a 15-minute chart, a 15-minute chart.
Yes, sir.
Use minute chart, use a 14 average and a RSI 14 RSI. So with this, if the buy signal generated with all 3 confirmation being used, do well. If no confirmation, trade on that particular day, because you are not there to trade for the broker, right? You are there to trade for yourself. So the problem in stock market is that traders cannot get away themselves from the habit of trading. See that black red sign, you cannot stop yourself from trading, but then you should control. The trading is not about analysis, it's controlling your nerve. So this is a simple way to trade.
I'll be muting you once again. This is on the to ask the question. They may go by notifying me on chat so that I may unmute. In the question, basically on the overall usage of this technical analysis. Can you?
Yes.
Yeah. See, while in MBA, they say that fundamental analysis is very important for a company, but when that, analysis takes over. So, line where we can say that, okay, there must be we can switch from fundamental to technical. For example, I will select only these stocks. Okay, to this period in short-term period, and I can trade on that. I may on that. So, throw some light on that?
Yeah. There is a combination which is known as techno-funda analysis. I'm recently studying a particular chart. So let me show you this with an example of open C8.
Okay.
Fundamental analysis only post event. So let's say an event of, so this was the quarterly result and this is the movement. Buys a sentiment. If I'm a trader, I go and buy out the sentiment. So if that particular stock is good, the sentiment is good, I'm buying it at 100 and the sentiment will make it at 150. Regardless of the of that particular stock, this doesn't move. There is a chance where the fundamentals keeps on increasing and reflected on technical analysis. So fundamental analysis is what that do is it let's say my work for Monday would be to see that what which has broken above the 50-day moving average. So let's which has broken above the 50 DMA. I'll go to the news section or the result section and I'll see that, let's say C8 is a share which has come out with result and it was pretty good. EPS was good. There was a, raw material cost has shrunken down. There was a good automobile demand. This time the automobile was at 3 high. If we talk about Maruti Suzuki, it was high this Diwali. So there you correlate your technical and fundamentals. So, okay, fundamentals are doing good and technical suggest that this stock is witnessing some buy signal. So that then you can predict the result. So when you come to trading, when you come to the analysis, there are companies ICRA, CRISIL, and these who never hear that what the trend is. They go over trends, EIC analysis, come out with the page report. This is the stock. Want to buy? Not buy? It's your wish. So it's not meant for traders. That report meant for the core list who want to buy the share for 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, who do an analysis. For to rely on technical analysis and or he lost away. So that picks up your thing. So that this is a stock C8 tires. This quarterly result was for this particular stock. So the quarterly result come out somewhere at October. So this above its almost the highest point, and it was also good. So this is an indicator that okay boss, there is something cooking up in this particular stock. Fundamental technical is also good, saying a go particular stock at this particular stock. So this is a mix of fundamental and technical analysis.
One more question from me, and I think this is the last question from me. News or else in newspaper, they talk about trends. They talk about trade volumes. For example, they are that today is a bullish trend or it is a bullish trend, but trade is very low, so it may reverse itself. So trading volume when you are going for a stock technical analysis.
Again, show you a share. This is a share JP Associate.
Yes.
Now this one above its ascending triangle breakout. This was a triangle formation. I hope it is there. Somebody have these guys have learned that in the module, and it is with a volume. So what is an mass participation? So if there is a mass participation who is going to buy a particular share, tomorrow 10 new guys come out and sell, so that coming there can be absorbed by this particular volume. So volume is mainly to do a double confirmation. So what I have done is I have done a double confirmation with this volume.
Got it. Thank you. Okay. Naman, I suppose once
Audio was lost for a while, so you just informed me that.
if more questions you may ask, or go and close this session right now. I suppose we all started from that. And if any in the participant have another question, we will just put a mail to you and ask for the solution for the same. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be closing this session.